Dear student, I see you. I see the long nights spent over books, the frustration when answers don't come easily, and the nagging voice in your head that whispers, "Am I good enough?" Let me tell you something, dear one, you are. Struggling doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're growing, learning, and pushing yourself to do something that isn't easy. And that takes courage. I know it's hard to see it now, but this struggle is shaping you into someone stronger and wiser than you can imagine. Let me share some lessons and stories that Tom and I have learned through years of life's challenges. I hope they'll bring you comfort, inspire you, and remind you that you are capable of amazing things. Lesson 1: Struggle is part of the journey. When you're in the thick of it, it's easy to feel like you're the only one having a hard time. But let me tell you something I've learned. Everyone struggles. Even the smartest, most successful people have faced moments when they wanted to give up. When Tom was young, he dreamed of becoming an engineer. But math didn't come easily to him, and he failed his algebra test twice. He thought about quitting, but instead he found a tutor and kept trying. It wasn't easy, but eventually he passed. And do you know what? That struggle made him appreciate his success even more. Remember, dear one, the struggle is what makes the triumph so sweet. Lesson 2: Focus on progress, not perfection. It's easy to get caught up in wanting to be perfect, but perfection isn't the goal. Growth is. When I was a young girl, I loved to paint. But every time I looked at my work, all I could see were the flaws. One day my art teacher said, "Suzie, stop aiming for perfect. Aim to be better than you were yesterday." That advice stuck with me, and it applies to everything, not just art. If you got a C on your test, but you worked hard and learned something new, that's progress. Celebrate it. Lesson 3: Ask for help when you need it. You don't have to do this alone, dear one. Whether it's asking your teacher for clarification, forming a study group, or talking to a mentor, reaching out for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. When Tom and I were raising our kids, there were times we felt overwhelmed. One year, I decided to go back to school to get my teaching certificate. I was working, raising 3 kids, and studying all at once. I couldn't have done it without leaning on Tom, my mom, and friends who supported me. Asking for help doesn't make you less capable. It makes you resourceful. Lesson 4: Failure is not the end. Failure is a teacher, not a verdict. Every mistake you make is an opportunity to learn and grow. There was a time when Tom invested in a small business that didn't work out. We lost money and it felt like a huge failure. But instead of giving up, Tom learned from his mistakes. The next time he started a project, he was smarter, more prepared, and more successful. So if you fail a test or don't get the grade you hoped for, don't let it define you. Let it teach you. Lesson 5: Balance is key. It's easy to get so caught up in studying that you forget to take care of yourself. But your mind can't function at its best if you're not eating well, getting enough sleep, and taking breaks. When I was in school, I used to stay up all night cramming for exams. But I learned the hard way that a tired mind doesn't retain information well. Now I tell my grandkids, study hard, but don't forget to rest. Find time to do things that bring you joy, whether it's listening to music, going for a walk, or spending time with friends. You'll come back to your studies with a clearer mind and renewed energy. Lesson 6. Believe in yourself. Sometimes the hardest part of any challenge is believing that you can overcome it. But let me tell you something, dear one. You are capable of more than you know. When Tom and I were young, we didn't have much. But we had big dreams and a belief that we could achieve them. That belief carried us through tough times and helped us build a life we're proud of. So when doubt creeps in, remind yourself of this. You are smart, strong, and resilient. You have everything you need to succeed. Lesson 7. Education is a gift, not a burden. I know it doesn't always feel this way, especially when you're overwhelmed. But education is a gift. A key that can open doors to opportunities you can't even imagine yet. When I was a girl, I dreamed of going to college, but my family couldn't afford it. Instead, I worked as a secretary and saved every penny so my kids could have the education I couldn't. Seeing them graduate was one of the proudest moments of my life. Every hour you spend studying, every challenge you overcome, it's an investment in yourself and your future. Lesson 8. Dream big and work hard. Dreams are the fuel that keeps us going. But dreams alone aren't enough. You have to work hard to make them a reality. Tom and I dreamed of owning our own home, but it took years of saving and sacrificing to make it happen. We skipped vacations, cooked at home, and even mended our own clothes. But when we finally held the keys to that little house, it was worth every effort. So dream big, dear one. But don't stop there. Put in the work to make those dreams come true. A story of hope. Let me tell you about a young man named Marcus. He was a bright student from a small town, but his family couldn't afford much. Marcus worked 2 jobs while attending college, often studying late into the night. There were times he wanted to quit, but he didn't. Today, Marcus is a teacher who inspires his students every day. He often says, "My struggle was my strength. It taught me resilience and gratitude." You have that same strength within you, dear one. Final thoughts. You are not defined by your struggles. You are defined by how you rise above them. Remember, every great story has moments of challenge, but those moments are what make the triumph so inspiring. Keep going, dear student. Believe in yourself. Ask for help when you need it, and never lose sight of your dreams. Tom and I are cheering you on, and we believe in you with all our hearts. With love and encouragement, Grandma Suzie. P.S. Grandpa Tom says, "Success isn't about being the best. It's about doing your best." And you, dear one, are already a success in the making. Thank you, my dears, for spending this time with me. Remember, life's journey is better when we walk it together. If these stories and reflections warmed your heart, be sure to subscribe and join me for more wisdom, comfort, and a little sprinkle of joy. Together, let's keep growing one story at a time. Until next time, stay safe, stay hopeful, and remember, you're never alone. Grandma loves you.